Hi everybody. So in this video, I'm going to do a review of the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold 2-pack from the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys line. But, actually, I'm not going to do that right now because I want to talk about something else that happened. So I was supposed to get something else with this 2-pack. And I did not get it. So I had actually ordered the blue and gold 2-pack and the Nekron Megafigure. Ordered them at the same time. They were supposed to ship at the same time, and no Nekron figure. So I don't know what happened. And I was actually really excited because I wanted to do a review of the Nekron figure, and I actually had a whole plan. So you know what? We're going to pretend that this is the Nekron figure. So this is actually the Mattel DC Multiverse Collect and Connect Nekron figure, and this scythe is from the DC Direct Nekron figure. Now, you might be wondering, why is he doing this? I'm actually doing this for a very specific reason. But yeah, so I was really excited about getting the Nekron figure because I had this whole review planned out in my mind with the other Black Lantern figures, some other DC Direct figures, and the Atrocitus McFarlane figure. And I got the package this morning, which, by the way, shout out to FedEx. I've had my issues in the past with FedEx, but hey, they delivered the package on a Sunday, so I could enjoy my figures on a Sunday. They were actually supposed to be delivered tomorrow, which is a Monday, and of course I would have to go to work tomorrow, so I wouldn't be able to get my figures till after work. So I was even extra excited that, my package got delivered a day early, and I opened up the package, and I was like, what the heck? I only got Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. Where's Nekron? And the thing that sucks even more is, like, the box that they were shipped in was the Nekron shipper box. So, like, the outer cardboard box that they were shipped in, literally on the outside of it says Nekron Megafig. So that was kind of like an extra slap in the face, because it was like, oh, we're going to really make you think that Nekron is in here because they even sent me the shipper box. So I emailed McFarlane Toys, and I was like, hey, I paid for the 2-pack and for Nekron, ordered them at the same time. You shipped them at the same time. Where's my Nekron figure? So we're going to see. It's just going to stink if they're like, well, we don't have them, and here's your money back. And then it's like, all right, now I got to find a Nekron figure, and I got to wait longer. I was really looking forward to getting this figure because, like I said, I had this whole review. I had this whole thing planned out. So, okay, we're just going to pretend that this is the McFarlane Nekron figure. Obviously, the McFarlane Nekron figure is going to be quite a bit bigger. So you just have to pretend for a second, because what I want to do is I want to bring in the other McFarlane Black Lanterns, which I guess I'm going to have to move my pretend Nekron back a little farther, and hopefully he stays standing up. I think the scythe is helping him. So there is Deathstorm. And here is Black Lantern, Superman, and Black Lantern, Batman, if he wants to stand up, because we know this guy, oh, of course he's going to stand up on the first try now, make a liar out of me. So, I did not get my Mattel Nekron when I did the review of the McFarlane Blackest Night Wave, because I was in the process of rearranging my toy room at the time. Things were a mess. This room was a complete disaster at the time, and I just really couldn't get to it, and I just, didn't have the energy or the time to deal with it. But what I really wanted to do, and what I'm going to do right now, even though I don't have my Nekron figure, is I want to see how these DC Direct figures line up with them. So this is the DC Direct Black Lantern Blue Beetle. Yeah, he is a little too short. Darn. I was really hoping that he would scale a little bit better. Yeah, I guess he's going to be too short to go with the other Black Lanterns. And it's funny because he's too tall for the DC Universe Classics figure. So on my shelf, I kind of have him in the back, and I kind of bend him over a little so he looks a little shorter. So it's funny that, he's too short for the McFarlane figures, but too tall for the Mattel figures. So that's my luck. I mean, maybe you could kind of sort of put him in the back, or I don't know. It would just be cool to have like more Black Lanterns, Then the other loose Black Lantern that I have is the DC Direct Martian Manhunter Black Lantern, and let's see if he's gonna stand up. Yeah, I guess he's a little too short as well. Which is funny because I thought the DC Direct figures were more like 7-inch figures, but I guess they're not. He's a little closer in scale, but Martian Manhunter should be bigger. So it kind of works out with this figure, with the DC Classics figures, because I'm fine with Martian Manhunter being, just too tall. So I can bring in, I have a DC Classics basic figure here because I also want to do a little kind of show and tell with the Atrocitus. So here is a Red Lantern figure from DC Classics. So just to give you an idea about, the size comparison with the DC Direct Black Lantern Martian Manhunter, and then just a regular DC Classics figure. So this would work because I feel like, if you imagine if this is just like Hal Jordan or Kyle Rayner, and if you have like a Blackest Night display, because of course we didn't get a Black Lantern Martian Manhunter with DC Classics, but, this would work. I mean, this figure, he's bigger and bulkier than a DC Classics figure, so he works with the DC Classics, but he's too small to go with the McFarlane figures. So it's looking more and more like I'm not going to be able to mix my DC Direct Blackest Night with my McFarlane DC Multiverse Blackest Night. It's just not going to work out. The scale is just too far off. You can't have, a little short Martian Manhunter and Blue Beetle with like these taller Firestorm, Superman, and Batman. It just doesn't make sense. So that answers that question. I didn't do this ahead of time or anything, so I'm finding out on camera here as you all find out. All right, so let me get rid of. I guess I can get rid of mostly all of these guys. So that answers the question about DC Direct and McFarlane figures. I mean, the look of them would really work, especially, like, if, just kind of looking at the, like, the Martian Manhunter and Superman, like, if I hold them up like this, so you're not seeing how far apart their feet are, this isn't bad. Or even, like, if I had them both on flight stands, like, the sculpting and, like, the bodies are fairly compatible, and just like the style, I think is actually pretty close. It's just literally the height. The height just doesn't work. And then, of course, you know, the McFarlane figure is going to have way more articulation and more movement and everything. But just on a shelf hanging out, you know, that might actually work if I just put this guy on a flight stand and kind of put him behind, you know, maybe Superman and Batman. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, might have to go with a flight stand or something. Because really, just kind of looking at them, you know, like this, it kind of does work. And they kind of look cool together. So, yeah, maybe I'll figure some of that out. I'm just trying to, you know, put together a really, really cool, you know, Black Lantern or Blackest Night type display. And of course, it would have been great to actually get the McFarlane Nekron. But I hope he shows up, or I hope they send me another one, or we'll see. I'm sure I'll do another video with an update, but that was disappointing when I opened that box and only found Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. Alright, so here is the Collect to Build Atrocitus figure. I should have left this Nekron figure up here, because now I'm just curious. I'm going to take the scythe out of his hand, because sometimes it knocks him over or gets in the way. So this is interesting. So the Mattel Nekron is just a teeny tiny bit taller than the McFarlane Atrocitus. So that's interesting. All right, so again, I think the McFarlane Nekron's going to be like up to about there. So another little interesting comparison there. All right, so getting back to Atrocitus here, I want to see how these DC Classic Red Lanterns look with him. Now, of course, with Atrocitus, you know, he can be pretty big. He might be just a little bit too big with these guys. Now, this other guy, I don't really remember his, I can't remember his name. Actually, I think, isn't this the one that they named after Toy Guru? I think this is the one they named Nightlick. Which, whatever, we're not going to get into that. But, I think he's got so many little tiny bits on him, I think he might still have, like, some dust. I tried to dust these guys off real good, but he's got all these little edges and corners on him. So forgive me if he's not completely 100% dust-free. Because, see, he's, like, a little bigger and has all these kind of things coming off of him. So he might look a little bit more in scale. So that's not too bad. You know, it's just the style of the figures is just different. And, you know, like the reds, you know, the color reds are different. So I don't know. I would love to know what you all think. Let me know in the comments. What do you think of these comparisons that I'm doing? And what do you think about maybe building out the Black Lanterns and the Red Lanterns with some of these figures from other toy lines, other companies? Now, probably the most important comparison is, how does the Mattel Dexstar look with that Atrocitus? I mean, I think this kind of works. You know, I bet with enough work, you could probably balance him. Like up here, maybe. Oh, got him. All right. I kind of love that. I think that's pretty fun. So now we've got the, you know, the DC Classics Mattel Dexstar on the McFarlane Atrocitus' shoulders, kind of spewing out the Red Lantern stuff. That's fun. That I could definitely see that on my shelf, for sure. Now, the other thing is I do have another Red Lantern body in my, fodder box that I'm going to try to work on, try to create some sort of custom. And then we have that Batrocidus figure that's coming out, or is already out in some places. I have it ordered on Amazon. Should be coming out soon from Amazon. And that figure, I will probably also turn that into a custom. I'm not going to leave it as Batrocidus. I don't really have any interest at all in having a Batrocidus figure. But I definitely want the figure to do a custom, and I also want the figure for the lantern, because I want Atrocitus to have a red lantern. So I'm not sure about these two guys, and I've never even really been a fan of these figures just in general. I just got them because I wanted some red lanterns to go on my shelf. But I could definitely see pairing up this Dexstar with him, and then maybe making a couple custom Red Lantern figures to go with him. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of these ideas, and let me know if you have any other ideas for building these out. And I'm going to go ahead and make a proper Booster Gold and Blue Beetle review. So that video will be popping up here alongside this one. So thanks for watching. Thanks for indulging me in my, kind of randomness here. I just really wanted to do this video with the Nekron figure, and I was not going to let anything stop me. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and have a good one.